I'm on edge. Sirianni watch. All right, 215-592-9494. I have to, once in a while, I have to put my foot down around here because I sense something is going on in Philadelphia. I sense it on WIP, and I don't like it one bit, Hugh
What
Douglas. I sense people are talking themselves back into this head coach that he's going to stick around, and we're all going to be okay with it. Well, I'm here to tell you I'm not going to be okay with it.
Yes, you will.
And no, this is my last stand.
Yes.
This is my last stand. I'm going to take a minute, and I'm going to suspend disbelief, and I'm going to believe in his office right now. Jeff Lurie is streaming WIP before Nick walks in.
Yeah, good
Jeff,
luck with
this
that.
is my last-ditch effort to get your attention on this.
No.
We got to move on from the coach. I am not talking myself back into this whole situation. The Eagles need to move on. All right, couple things. Number one, I think this would be a major regret if they bring him back. If they bring him back, I believe we're just going to delay the inevitable. When we think about firing a coach or a team thinks about firing a coach, it's pretty rare that coach then turns it around and wins a championship. It is pretty rare that it flips around all the way to we're going to be happy with this. And the Eagles, and this I blame them for this. So, Jeff, if you are listening, this is your fault, being on vacation, wherever you're doing the last few days. They've put the seed of doubt in this city. I mean, the Eagles could have come out Monday night, Tuesday morning, and cut this off at the knees. Nick is our coach. This is our plan for the offseason. Nothing to see here. The fact that this has dragged on a week, you've given us false hope that we're getting a different coach in here. So if you bring back Sirianni, the whole thing's going to feel off. And I go to next season. This is the story of next season. It's not about anything else besides this. So if they start 0-2, what are we talking about? Are they going to fire Nick? Interim? This is going to seep into the locker room. Nick will be asked about his job security after every loss if they have a skid. You can't turn back now. 215-592-9494. This is over. It's just a matter of when the Eagles want to admit it. Hugh, have you talked to – are you doing it? Are you starting to talk yourself back into this?
No, but I will say this. This is a song I listen to. I'm shooting for the win, but I'm ready for the loss. That's kind of where I'm at with this. And that's the truth. Like, I don't want anybody to think that some of the things that you presented yesterday went over my head. I'm not that thick. I understand that, honestly, when you go into that office or whatever this interview is going to be about or this conversation, it doesn't look good for Coach Sirianni. But I will say this. There were rumblings that something was wrong with this team even when they were winning. And nobody could put their finger on it. That's the one saving grace that I think Nick Sirianni has. Now, his presentation going into this is going to be key. And I'm not going to lie to you, Joe. I sat up last night, and I tried to put myself in Coach Sirianni's shoes, and I tried to figure out what could I say after everything that I've seen from my vantage point. Mm-hmm. What could I say to help save my job? It ain't a whole lot. So in turn, I would just probably get hostile in that situation because
you're gonna fight back.
Well, because I ain't got a leg to stand on. Because if you're asking me if I can fix this, I don't honestly know what you could say. Because the one thing I do know for a fact, y'all just gave this quarterback $250 million. So it's a good chance that he's gonna be here.
Of course.
So now I have to figure out what can I say to you to help me fix this, or to make you believe that I can fix this. Only thing I can think of is say, hey, man, the wheels fell off the wagon. There was a disconnect somewhere, but I think I can get this going. You know, maybe I put too much trust, and I would probably start throwing people under the bus. First person I'd probably throw on the bus is Brian Johnson. I'm not going to even lie to you. I'm throwing Brian. Sorry, B. Love you to death, dog, and I think you got a bright future in the NFL. But if it's a MP or a YP, it's going to be a YP because I'm throwing you under the bus. Well, I tried to give Brian, the opportunity to run his offense.
Is MP, YP my problem or your problem?
Yeah. Yeah, Joe.
That's a you problem.
Because I'm in survival mode. At this point, I'm in survival mode. So I'm going to tell him like, yo, I told Brian to do this, that, and the third, and I would say it just like that. Well, I told him to do this, but he wanted to do his own thing. So, yeah, he got to go. And we all know the defense coordinator. That's, hey, Jeff, Howie, that – I ain't going to say it, but that was your guy. Matt Patricia wasn't on my staff until y'all told me I had to bring him in. And then, I gave him the job like y'all told me to, and look what happened. So that's on y'all. That's what I would – that probably wouldn't fly, though, huh?
No, that's not going to fly. Y'all. None of this is going to fly. You're not. If I'm the Lurie, you're not selling me at all. There's no way. 215-592-9494. I can't go into the next season with Sirianni and look the fan base in the face and say we're going to go win a Super Bowl. Plus – once the trust is lost, it never comes back. This is like a relationship. I'm out. The trust is lost. I can't trust Sirianni with the quarterback. I can't trust him with the offense. I can't trust him with a team that I believe stopped playing for him down the stretch.
You'll be back. Because you know what? Listen.
I might be back in on the Eagles. I'm never coming back in.
You'll be back in on Coach Sirianni and the Eagles. You know why? Because you'll start thinking about the good time. Let's not kid ourselves, Joe.
But the bad times got bad.
Because it's bad right now. We're still feeling this. Our heart is still broken. Don't act like you ain't going to be back with football season roll back around.
Yeah, but there's other fish in the sea right now.
No, don't act like that. Don't act like you ain't coming back.
There's a 72-year-old in the sea right now.
You a 72-year-old.
That's right.
Really? That's what you're going with.
This particular 72-year-old.
Don't act like you won't be back around when the season starts.
Yeah, I'll be back in on the Eagles, but not this head coach. 215-592-9494. I sense something's going on. I do not like it. People talking themselves back into Sirianni coming back. I heard Elliott yesterday talking about continuity and Brian Johnson and basically running the whole thing back. And I'm like, did anyone else watch this football team after Thanksgiving? Run it back.
Yeah,
I want to get excited for next season.
And you will be. You'll be excited.
Yeah, but you know what there will be? There may be excitement, but there'll be a
little bit trepidation.
Yeah, there'll be that underlying but I may like the moves how he makes, but all that stuff is going to be out there, and it's going to drive me crazy. All right, Ian Rappaport, here's what he said about the situation right now with the Eagles and where we are with this potential change or not change.
Think about what he took over with the Philadelphia Eagles, and these are just some of the things that Lurie is going to consider. It was a franchise down and out. They were struggling midway through his first season, ended up with 9 wins, took him to the playoffs, helped Jalen Hurts go from a young quarterback who you just weren't sure what he was to a franchise quarterback. He has made the playoffs all 3 seasons. Obviously, the end of this year, the playoffs did not go as well as you hope, but his resume is still strong. I would say still some changes potentially on the way at the coordinator position or positions for the Eagles, but certainly in the regular season and over the past 3 seasons, Sirianni has done plenty.
Oh, jeez, I got to hear that.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Oh, you give me resumes? We had Brian Billick on yesterday. The guy won a Super Bowl, never got a job again when he got fired. I don't care about resumes. What are you going to do for me right now?
Yeah, right now, what you're going to do is you're going to go home and shovel snow. We're going to get past this. We're going to get past this month. We're going to get ready to go to Clearwater in a little while. We're going to watch some good baseball. And we're going to get ready for football season next year.
No.
That's what's about to happen.
See, Hugh's talking himself in. You feel this guy? He's talking.
Because this is still raw.
You go down like this, Hugh.
Unbelievable.
I'm just being honest, man. What do you think is going to happen? Seriously, do you really think he's going to get fired?
My gut right now tells me no. No, it's a Friday news dump. They're keeping him. This is my last stand. Lurie's listening to the show in his office. Jeff, get a new coach in here now.
So I am preparing myself for the inevitable. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you know, we found out the difference is Hugh will just accept fate. I'm going to go down kicking and screaming. That's what we found out this morning.
I'm like Jalen. I'm like, I can't do nothing about it. I tried. It wasn't my time. It's not my time.
Can I let you hear this from Chris Long? Because Chris Long summed it up very well, and it's a big part of why keeping Sirianni is a big problem here. This doesn't get better. Listen to Chris Long yesterday.
Most head coaches are offensive play callers. And it's not just offensive mind who doesn't call plays. And I think when you look at Sirianni in the column for don't keep him, and I want to make this clear, I haven't come to a conclusion on this. The season just ended. I kind of want to hear what they want to do. But Sirianni doesn't call plays anymore. When you cede play calling as an offensive head coach, when you give that up, that is a terminal illness, Ryan. What's the life expectancy on guys that have given up play calling duties in the NFL historically? This guy, it's pie in the sky where we are for Nick.
He said it. He used a very strong term. It's a terminal illness, and I understand what he means. That we're just on the path to him not being the coach anymore. Maybe he comes back a year and we try to piecemeal this thing together. But look, they're either going to bring in a retread offensive coordinator that's probably not that bright, because otherwise he'd be a head coach somewhere, or they're going to bring in a young guy that is bright. And guess what's going to happen? One good year, he's out of here to become a head coach.
You know what? I think I know a way to fix this.
All right, go ahead.
I've been doing a little bit of thinking about this, and I had to. And you made me remember something this morning when we was in the meeting. When Big Red got here, Andy Reid, he brought 2 elder statesman coordinators here. Rod Dahauer, which I totally forgot about, and it was Jim Johnson.
Right.
Jim Johnson, even as good as he was, he had some head coaching offers, but he didn't want them. So how about this? Because I've been on the phone, I've been talking to folks, man. As a matter of fact, let me see.
Got some ideas? You got a plan of
no,
attack?
Listen, I got a plan of attack, man. And this is a name that has not been mentioned in the NFL in a while. I got a defensive coordinator for you.
Who you got?
Leslie Frazier.
Leslie has been an interesting name. Former head coach, did a good job with the Bills. Yeah, sure.
I've been texting Leslie, right?
Okay.
And I told Les this morning.
You ready?
I said, hey, coach. I said, I'm going to throw your name in the hat for the defensive coordinator job at the Eagles.
He said yes?
You know what he said?
Thumbs up?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
You want to see what he said? He said, did somebody lose their job?
Not yet, Les, but soon.
So I'm like, not yet, coach, but it potentially could happen. And Les is a Jim Johnson disciple. He was here. He was a DB coach. He coached in Buffalo. You saw what that Buffalo defense was.
He's been a good coach.
And I think that right now there's not a threat. Because, see, I think your biggest concern right now is there's a threat that whomever we get at coordinator, both sides, that there's a chance that they're going to leave.
Especially offense, yeah. And then Jalen has to learn new offense every year, and we're just doing this nonsense.
I think Les could come in and fix this defense. I think he can come in immediately and fix this defense.
I like the Leslie Frazier idea. And look, if Sirianni does stay, they need to get a real defensive coordinator, that's for sure. And Leslie Frazier would be certainly a name on our list. You know what's funny as you showed me his text message? It's almost like Leslie's a gentleman, and you made some sort of comment to him like maybe she'd be interested, and he said, I didn't know she was single.
Basically.
That's basically what he said.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, he went into the HBCU Hall of Fame last year, so we've been contacting. I just said, alumni, might have a job for you. I said, I'm about to throw your name in the hat.
Well, it's out. I mean, it's on WIP,
he was
out
like,
there now.
He was like, why? He's there, I could hear him in his astute voice. Did someone lose their job? Why not yet? But we're just trying to amass some names that we could put together. And not only that, you're talking about a guy who's had some head coaching experience. And, this is where, for me, if I'm a coach and I'm in Coach Sirianni's situation, I would not be opposed to having some different thinkers in the room.
I think he should. And let me meet you in the middle. You know what? I'm with you, Hugh. Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator. Ben Johnson is the head coach. 215-592-9494.
In the middle,
I like your Leslie idea, and I get a new head coach to run the offense, and we're all together.